Hello Taurus, it's Caleb's Tarot. Right, apologies these are coming out a couple of days late. Better late than never. These are resonating from the 1st to the 15th of December. We're going to start off with 5-card general and then straight after move on to a love spread for you guys to see what's going on around this first half of December 2019. These are for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, 5-card spread for Taurus. Taurus. Feels about right. Right then, Taurus, central issue, the 9 of Wands. The root of that, the Ace of Swords in the reverse. The recent past is the Empress reversed. Crowning is the 4 of Wands reversed. And what's coming towards you is the Queen of Cups. Excuse me, I'm just going to alter the lighting a little bit. Oh, saying the recording's going to be stopped. So I'm just going to quickly pause this while I sort out the lighting. It's a bit too odd. It won't let me while I'm recording, so I do apologise, you guys. I hope you can see this as well, but I'm telling you exactly what cards are coming out anyway. So with the look of it, I'm wondering if that Empress in the reverse is... You've not been able to achieve something that you wanted to in the space of time that you wanted to do it. I need to clarify this a bit further. Just bear with me, Taurus. I'm just trying to stay as focused as possible. The 4 of Swords. The 2 of Swords. Okay. Judgment reversed and the 3 of Cups reversed. Oh wow, I've got cards falling out left, right and centre here. I've got the Star. I'm going to take those as an extra over there. What's this Queen of Cups about for Taurus? Queen of Wands reversed. The 6 of Wands. Okay, too many came out then. One more please on that Queen. Alright, you got 3 queens there. Oh dear. Right. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Harmony. See, the lighting's off. I really do apologise, you guys. And Vision. Right. So the central issue, let's start as we mean to go. That central issue, so there's some vulnerabilities going around on at the moment within you that you've been trying to lay to rest. These could be anything really, because there could be a financial aspect to this. Because that 9 of Pentacles right up here is in the reverse. It's needing to rely on others. And I'm sort of starting to wonder if finances have took quite a massive dip for one reason or another. It's the run up to Christmas, but I kind of don't feel like this is Christmas related. I feel like this is something that's already happened prior. Anyway, there's some vulnerabilities going on that you've been trying to work hard on and lay to rest. And I think that the root, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, maybe someone wasn't quite honest with you. And that ended up creating these vulnerabilities. And I think that you now realise you did have a bit of a blindfold onto the truth, which indicates to me, let's use common sense, there could have been a bit of naivety going on with someone in particular here that may, and because of that naivety, it may have left you in a bit of a mess. So now you're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to rebuild what was broken, really. The recent past. So yeah, there was something that you wanted to get off the ground, and I think you found out very quickly that it just wasn't going to happen. There was either someone was taking the piss, or it could have been a third-party situation as well. But I think Judgment in the reverse is there's no going back. We need to keep going forward. So what's crowning you is, despite the instability, you're still extremely hopeful and optimistic. That's good, Taurus. Please stay in that mentality, okay? I always say, if you allow pessimism to take over, nothing's probably going to go right. If you actually start looking hopeful, feeling optimistic that it's a phase, we'll get through it. All right, someone screwed us over here, but we will get through it. Then guess what, Taurus? You probably will get through it. And that's really what I see coming towards you. But let's think about this. The Queen of Cups is the base. Anything else on top of that is the clarifier. So you may have been getting attention. These queens could represent several people, man or woman. Let's not pay attention to gender. Could represent several people. But also, they could represent personalities as well that you may have that you may be coming into contact with. So, the Queen of Cups, whether it's your energy or somebody else's, this is knowing exactly where that cup is going. And the cup represents emotional stability, happiness, love even. And that really is the energy of the Queen of Cups. We're confident enough to know where that cup's going, and that's where it's going to go. But it does seem to be some conflict surrounding this. So the Queen of Wands, she can be the Queen Bitch from hell. So there could be that's why I'm saying these could be other people. There could be somebody else kind of in the way that doesn't particularly want that cup to go where it's going. So you could have interference from friends, family, even from this person, to be fair. And I think that the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is that lack of focus. You know, if you pay attention, but in other words, you know, the Six of Wands is pay attention. If we pay too much attention to the negative, we lose focus on what we're really trying to achieve here. So that really is the message there, Taurus. You could quite easily lose focus in where you want that cup to go through interference, paying too much attention to interference and negativity. Again, think about the star, it's optimistic. Where we're going, it's optimistic. So, you know, some of you could quite easily be thrown off path here. And I think that the Hermit at this point is really saying, look, before you get to the stage of the Queen of Cups, is it wise to take a step back to make the solid decision? With the Two of Wands there. In the Hermit's lantern, he carries the star, and there is the star. You have it twice. This is about taking a moment to truly figure out exactly what it is that you want. How can you achieve it? How can you get to where you need to be? Taurian's very practical. You will figure out a practical route to get there. But they are asking you not to pay attention to interference and to allow lack of focus to take over. Whether this is love, career, whatever, life path, it doesn't matter. They're basically saying, you know what's going to make you happy moving forward. You know what's going to create stability and emotional well-being moving forward. If you allow external interference to occur, you are going to be thrown off to the point where everyone loses. So that's why they're asking with the Hermit for you to take a moment now to truly figure out if this is what you want. And to figure out what it is that you do want as a whole. With wherever it is that you're going during this time. Okay? I'm going to move on. Let's take a closer look at your love life, you guys. Alright. Put those to one side and get the romance angels out. Alright, love for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising Taurus, love for Taurus. Okay, we've got the flirt card. I'm never surprised to see that card for Taurians, because it does read on the card, extend your light-hearted energy to others. In other words, lighten the fuck up. Calling in a soulmate. There you go. One more for Taurus, please. There we go. There's your optimistic card right there. Stay optimistic about your love life. Why? Because shit's probably going to happen at some point soon for you guys. As long as you don't lose focus. Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising Taurus. First to the 15th of December. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Love Taurus. Okay, Three of Swords. Everybody seems to be getting that card this month. The Ten of Cups. Wow. See what I mean? You guys are going somewhere, seriously. That Two of Wands has come up again. I'm just going to put one more on each of these. So there's the Tower. There's the Page of Swords reversed. And the Six of Swords. One more on that, stay optimistic. The Wheel of Fortune. All in good time, Taurus. All in good time. So, yes, okay. We have got a lot of healing yet to do. Okay? So whatever bullshit that you've had to deal with recently, or even this year, maybe for some of you, this year's just been terrible. Whatever healing it is, whatever disastrous kind of thing that's happened, that's occurred, now's the time for healing. And through healing, you have to realise why and how the tower had to fall. So the tower is usually built on a rocky foundation. So if, for example, a relationship's been built on a false foundation, you know, if you were getting to know someone and they weren't being their true self, or you weren't being your true self, it's built on a false foundation. So guess what? The tower has to fall so that you can then rebuild on a stronger foundation, either with that person or with somebody else. That's how this works. And I think that with the third card being there, it's to say, look, lighten up about this. It's not all drab, doom and gloom at the moment. Things will get better. Whenever we see the tower, it's always an indication to say the damage has been done. We can only go up from here on out, i.e. we can start building up from here on out. It's very optimistic, okay? And the Three of Swords, yes, it's still a fresh wound. It always is for the Taurians, because you guys don't rush for shit. You don't rush for anybody. So when you hurt for years and fucking end. Yes, we get it. But still, it is time to start mending this. We can't stay in this period for too long. Why? Well, because you've got a soulmate coming towards you, Taurus. It's that happily ever after with that Ten of Cups, really. Ten's completion stages with emotional well-being. It's feeling really, really happy with where you're going and what you're doing. And I like the Page of Swords in the reverse because it's letting your guard down. It's not having that guard that the Three of Swords left. It's tearing it down. Opening up to allow that emotional fulfillment to come in. And it's, you know, it says calling in a soulmate. Well, it says calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And when I see that, I just think of the word compromise. Which makes sense for Taurians, because you guys don't really like to compromise. It's your way or the highway. But this is a good thing. This is about being on the same page with someone. It says your prayers, your affirmations, your visualizations help bring you together. That means two people on the same page coming together. And then here we have stay optimistic. All right, stuck between a rock and a hard place for whatever reason. There's going to be something that's going to struggle to get this Ten of Cups to where it needs to be. It's going to be there, trust me, because the Wheel of Fortune's there. I just feel like the Six of Swords is moving away from any rough water. So, you know, whether this is someone new, whether this is someone you've known before, there's some sort of rough water in the way. There's some sort of, it could even be a blockage of sorts, whatever this is. And I think that, again, with the stay optimistic card, whatever this rough water represents for you personally, if you pay too much attention to that, you are delving into pessimism. Instead of getting yourself into the frame of mind of where there's a will, there's a way, which is more optimistic. Because being optimistic is what's going to turn this wheel in your favour. That wheel can't really turn in your favour while we are still, you know, very engulfed in the Three of Swords energy, while we're still very much engulfed in the Six of Swords energy. This is about getting out of those rough waters and actually moving towards that Ten of Cups, which is where you know you want to be. So again, I think the key words really are, you know, lighten things up, compromise. Don't drab this too much to the point of pessimism. Absolute brilliant advice for the Taurians. Absolute brilliant advice for Taurians during this time. All is not drab if you don't want it to be. all will work if you want it to work. Think of the power of manifestation. It might help you at this time. It's worth researching. Right, I'll leave that there, Taurus, and I hope that this helps you during this time. I'll be back on or around the 15th for the last half of December. If anyone wants a personal reading, my email is at the bottom of the screen. And I also have a personal yearly 2020 spread. This is a big one, you guys. It's a full deck plus oracle. I think there's something like 80 odd cards in it that we're going to be using, and we'll go through month by month for 2020 with advice, guidance, you know, anything that you need to know coming towards you, what you probably should do about it, etc, etc, etc. And we also look at your well-being as well as a part of that, and a theme for the year, something that you can really hone in and focus on for the year. So if anybody's interested, it's £75 and it lasts for roughly between an hour and a half, and it's a really good reading. You can even download it and save it for the year in case you want to come back to it for reference at a later date. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave that there. Wish you guys all the best, and I'll see you on or around the 15th. Bye for now.